Get that garbage off of it.
Yep.
Hey, everybody.
How we doing, everybody?
Welcome. We're on time.
We're exhausted.
We've been working today, man. We've been working. That's what we've been doing today. Working on what? You don't know. We ain't gonna tell you. They are on time. I know. It's shocking that we are on time, by the way.
Yeah, it happens time to time. It is shocking, though.
Right?
Today, it's shocking.
I'm more shocked that we almost weren't on time. I was not expecting work to take that long today.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know why you would expect that.
Every other time we've had that kind of work, it's been pretty short for you.
Yeah?
Yeah. For you, it takes one. Game audio too loud? I will fix it. How about that? How do you feel about that? How do you feel about the game audio now? How I choose the wrong movie? I know. What'd you do?
Trying to get this stupid thing to work. That's what I did. That's what I'm doing. Oh, how is everyone doing today?
That's it.
No,
Hey!
Time for stream time now.
Right?
Oh God. What's up, Jack? What are you playing?
I'm playing Iconoclasts, which is a game I know very little about, except for that it has a wonderful art style, and it looks to be a 2D side-scrolling platformer, and I've heard a small amount of buzz about the game.
A small amount of buzz.
And so it looked like a nice game that I could play in the background whilst we chat about stuff.
Nautica level buzz?
Subnautica?
Subnautica?
It has Subnautica level buzz. Subnautica is a game I am thoroughly uninterested in, though. Because I don't much care for survival.
You're
games.
presuming it's a survival game, but the trailers didn't tell us much.
It looks like a survival game.
Okay.
It looks like the kind of game where you got a little base underwater and you got to explore and collect some resources to build a bigger base so you can go out further to collect different things so you can build a bigger base so you can go out and further and explore and collect more things so you can build a bigger base so you can go out further so you can build a bigger base and collect more things. That's exactly the kind of game it sounds like, and that's the kind of game that I don't much care for. That's exactly what it's great. Great, then you know that's not my thing. There are very few survival games that I can stand. One of them is the Flame the Flame in the Flood.
Yeah.
That's a survival game I really enjoy because you're constantly moving. It's never about like I hate the idea of building a base. I don't want that. I don't want that in a game. I don't want to hunker down in a survival game. I want to keep moving. So I really like the Flame in the Flood because they keep you moving. So,
Rich coming around. Does he still hate anime? I'm not playing this.
is this anime?
And I'm not even sure if this is anime.
Is this anime?
If that's what you're referring to. Somewhat. I said, but what if Subnautica keeps you moving?
That'd be nice. I like the idea of keeping moving. So shoot and jump. We got shoot and we got jump so far. I like the idea of keeping moving. That's what I like. And if Subnautica does that, then I am wrong about my initial feelings of Subnautica. But which I can take. I can take being wrong. What I'm stating is my impressions of the game. And so if my impressions are wrong, really that's just bad advertising.
Your impressions, you've seen 2 trailers.
Yeah. And some still...
Only one of which showed a little bit of gameplay.
And some
presumably.
still images. Yeah. Yeah. 2 trailers and a couple still images. And either I don't know what the game's about, or
which means the trailer did a bad job.
Right. Or I do know what the game's about and I won't like it.
Chat's been asking me every now and then. Because, since I've been playing the Dead Rising games, if I'm familiar with State of Decay.
What is State of Decay?
This is a zombie open world survival game. Survival focused, though.
Oh, okay.
More so than just running around wacky combat. You sneak around, you look for supplies, you have a home base, you gotta bring supplies back to the base, you run out of food, your character gets tired.
Oh,
your character gets tired, you have to switch to another character.
Oh, sure.
It feels like there needs to be a little bit more to it. I felt something lacking. I played it, I didn't hate it, I liked it.
Okay.
I have played it, though.
And
like years ago, when it was I think it was only out on like the Xbox 360.
Oh, okay. And so, like, overall, what are you feeling? Middling towards it, or?
Yeah, middling to good.
Middling to good.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Has Rich played Dying Light? I saw a little bit of gameplay of Dying Light, and I just wasn't super sold. Also,
yeah.
Heads up to everybody.
Yeah.
Probably sometime within the next week, maybe 2 weeks, probably within the next week or so, there might be a surprise Rich Evans solo stream.
What? Oh, what? I know that you told me already, but I have to pretend like I'm surprised for everyone else.
I feel like I've gotten enough practice in. It's Dead Rising 2, so didn't take that much.
Yeah.
Fun game. But nowhere near as challenging.
You're feeling confident.
I'm feeling confident.
So this is the no death run?
Yeah.
Or are you going for a 100% run?
Well, I'll try for 100%, but if I fuck up, I'll just go for no death.
Okay. So like objective
like
A.
if somebody dies, which is Dead Rising 2, Survivor's not going to die during an escort. They nerfed it so fucking much. Then I keep going.
Sure. Okay. But objective A is no dying.
Yeah.
Objective B is try. So, but what?
No dying, and I also like the main story.
Yeah.
Finish the main story, not fail the main story.
Okay.
So that's kind of the first goal. And then after that, save everybody.
Uh-huh.
And then after that, save everybody and do all their little the few like character requests, like save them. And
sure.
In-game day later, they come to you. I need this.
Gotcha.
And then you do that.
Tell me this.
Yeah.
Tell me this, because I got an important question for your no death run.
Yeah.
What happens if you die?
It's over. Stream's over.
The stream's over. No matter what or when you die.
Well, if I die really comically early somehow, because that's when you're most likely to die, when you're not as well leveled.
Yeah.
If I'm really early, I'll probably just restart.
Okay.
But if it's late.
But then you have to restart, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If I die early, I'll start again just because I want to.
Sure.
I've only been streaming for 20 minutes. Like the tiger that gets a lucky shot in on me.
Oh, how funny.
There's 3 survivors I'm worried about because it's really luck. There's 3 survivors in Dead Rising 2.
Okay.
They don't join you and come to the safe house unless you beat them in a poker match.
What?
You have to play poker with them.
That's great.
There's things you can do to manipulate. There's like gambling books that give you better cards in general.
Oh, okay.
But I can still like go all in and just get unlucky, and, and lose that.
Oh man.
So that's a possibility. We can help you with poker. Yeah, you don't need to. I like the poker. I did start playing Dead Rising 3.
What?
And oh my god.
Yeah, that.
Oh my god.
Good,
it
bad?
was literally giving me a headache.
That bad?
Like it was not it was just stupid things they did, like camera positioning.
Okay.
Like there are times when your character, the way they have the camera position, takes up like 30% of the screen. And I can't see what's in front of the fucking character because I can't see through him.
Oh,
I have no idea what's in front of me. I'm seeing some jackass's back. And they thought it would be really dramatic if, like, oh, shaky handheld cam all the fucking time.
Oh my
and it makes me want to throw up. I looked around. I'd look for a mod to try and get rid of it. And I don't think it got rid of it completely. It's still a little bit shaky here and there.
Steady cam mod. Hold
Just
on,
some stupid fucking decisions they made when they made that game.
Oh, that's too bad.
The icons that appear over the objects that you can interact with, the effect is too subtle. It's like sometimes it's just hard to see what you can use. And the map, oh god, the map is just a confusing clusterfuck of shit.
Sorry about that.
Right, Chatty keeps crashing on the laptop. It's starting to drive me nuts.
Oh, I'm sorry. There might be like 3 chatties opens, which doesn't help.
Oh, our camera's frozen.
Sure is.
We still getting audio?
Looks like it. Okay.
Is this game's still moving? Yeah.
Hold on. Camera off. Camera on. See if that works. Give it a second. And it's working. Great. The old turn it off and turn it back on again. You're welcome. You're welcome, everyone.
It's one wacky laptop, Jack.
Listen, it's not the best laptop. It is not the best laptop. Okay, so in this land, mechanics, you can't be a mechanic.
You can't be a mechanic?
No.
Because your character's a woman?
No, all mechanics are against the government. The government has to fix your problems. Mechanics can't.
Okay.
That's what it is. And your father was a mechanic and started fixing people's stuff without government consent.
So government bad.
Government bad
Okay,
is the moral. Oh, and it sounds like the government assigns everyone a job. So it's like that kind of
Yeah.
what do you call that kind of government that controls all aspects of its citizens? There's a
fascist is the word you're looking for.
no, it's
Orwellian.
maybe Orwellian. Yeah, that could be good.
Authoritarian.
Ooh,
Authoritarian.
The H.
Fuck it.
The H has it authoritarian. Maybe
Authoritarian.
totalitarian. You know, it's one of those aliens.
Totalitarian.
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 Right.
All right. Chatty's crashed again.
Great.
I'm just gonna open up Twitch on the little Chrome thing.
Yeah.
And that should be fine.
Great.
That should be fine.
You can. So yeah, it looks like the government is accusing you of fixing things, even though.
Oh, by the way, Dead Rising 3.
Yeah.
It does. The game does have a timer.
Dead Rising. Oh, that's right. You were talking about Dead Rising 3.
Here's the timer in Dead Rising. Here's the stupidity of Dead Rising 3. All right.
Okay.
I was playing for like 4 hours last night, and I realized, like, you know, there's a 7-day timer in the game. Day 1's not even over. I'm already halfway through the fucking story.
Oh my god. So what do you?
I'm halfway through the story, just 4 hours in.
Oh my god.
That's with fucking around.
Right.
A lot of fucking around.
Without even paying attention to the time, right?
They should have padded the game with more side missions. No, they padded the game. Dead Rising 3's got just collectible bullshit all over the place. The fucking worst sandbox trope of all time. They got rid of, Dead Rising's horrible escort missions, and they replaced it with find the crap.
Oh.
Collect all the statues. Collect all the blueprint. It's nauseous. It's just nauseous. That's not content, that's busy work.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Rich.
So am I. So am I.
Is it working for you?
I think so. All right.
Oh, okay. I'm getting it.
Let's give you this giant open world, and it'll be basically just fucking empty shit.
Dead Rising 3.
A lot of open world games. Not just Dead Rising 3, a lot of open world games.
You know, I suppose there's a reason why there's like the good ones, right? The good open world games give you something to do.
Did you collect all the Riddler trophies in the Arkham games? I know I did in the first one. I don't remember if I bothered in City or not, or if I just looked up online on YouTube what happens if you do it. Because it's the worst thing. Collect the 400 things.
Oh, those Riddler trophies. Yeah, they were too much.
And let me tell you, if I don't know what your point is exactly, person in chat, but if your point is, well, did you do it in Arkham City to see the Riddler thing? That wouldn't make it a good gameplay mechanic. that would mean I did it because I wanted to see what happened with the Riddler.
Right.
That wouldn't necessarily mean it was a good idea to do it in the first place.
Oh, if it's even if your reward is worth it, like sure it was a slog, but the reward of seeing the Riddler thing was worth it. It's still a slog.
That kind of shit is all padding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You could just have an interesting Riddler story section without hiding it behind 400 Riddler trophies.
Right?
Or the Arkham Knight true ending bullshit. I don't even remember what that all involved, honestly. What you had to do to get the true ending in Arkham Knight.
True ending? Yeah, I don't know either.
Where Wayne Manor blows up. Spoilers, whatever.
Ah! What the fuck? Stop it! Take that, dear. Oh yeah, well, I think actually didn't you have to complete all the missions? So that includes Riddler missions?
I just don't remember. I just don't remember.
I think so. I think you didn't get the true ending unless you completed all the Riddler stuff.
Still haven't played Arkham Knight, having loved the others. You're not missing that much. It's fine at storytelling, all the Arkham games are, but the Batmobile is the worst thing, and they dumb down other aspects of the game.
Oh man, that Batmobile. They love that Batmobile.
Rich, who besides Batman and Superman is your favorite superhero? Well, neither of them are my favorite anyway. My favorite is Spider-Man.
So there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suck it. Favorite obscure superhero? Well, Savage Dragon. Though apparently Eric Larson's gotten weird in recent years. I don't know. I haven't been in a comic book store in a while. I just hear things.
There was a series of comic books put out by Marvel. Marvel tried to create another comic book universe.
Yeah.
Not the Marvel universe, the new universe.
The 80s new universe.
The 80s new universe with a slew of brand new heroes, all gritty and realistic. All, dirty heroes, dirty mutants, right? And growing up, I had one issue of a comic called Justice. And as far as I was concerned, it was the greatest fucking comic book ever. It was just like this almost a Wolverine type guy, right?
Yeah. Just
like an old bitter man. And he had two powers. With one of his hands, he could create invisible, impenetrable shields, and his other hand was his sword, and he could, it was like a laser hand or whatever, right? Shield and sword, right? And he was tasked with bringing in anyone who had powers. He was like the cop of everyone with powers, but he was like also a transient, and so he just like hitchhike from city to city. I was like, that's cool. I was a teenager. I was a kid. I didn't know. I still think it's cool. And he goes up against someone who is using their powers to start a new religion and forcing his followers to do bad things. And he just takes him out. It's awesome. Great comic book. And I only had this one issue of Justice, right? And I couldn't find any more issues. This is, before the internet was a thing. Like, you couldn't buy comics online, and my local comic book stores didn't have them. My mom got it for me at a secondhand store in Reno. It was a secondhand, and it was there.
She knew what to look for.
No, she just got me a stack of like comics for $1. I'm sure.
Really?
It was like 80 comics for $1.
And it was in there.
And that was in there. And like that, a bunch of the New Universe stuff is because it didn't sell well.
Oh, yeah.
It was all garbage, right? And so, I read that and I loved it, and I kept looking for more issues, and I never got to find it. I was like, oh man, this is such a cool character. I loved the idea of like the police of the powered people, but he's also like just a schlub detective. Like, I gotta go, wrangle in the Rocketeer tonight, right? And I finally, as an adult, purchased the entire run of like 50 comics.
Yeah.
For way cheap. And I was like, okay, this must suck. And the entire thing actually started off on a different planet. He was a different person. He was like a prince. He didn't have his power set. And then he fell to Earth, forgot who he was, but then they kind of forgot that he was a prince. And like basically the comic
took a wildly different direction.
Took wildly different directions. And then like even the issues directly before and after this one awesome one are terrible. And they go back to him being a prince and aliens come. So basically like just this one sliver of a comic book amongst a sea of garbage, I still have very fond memories of.
Reboot it, Jack.
Huh?
Reboot it.
Reboot it. It's time, Marvel. You're rebooting everything else. Give me my justice.
Someone in the chat mentioned the original Ninja Turtle comic books. And amongst my favorite comic books ever. The Kevin, Peter, God, I always get their names reversed. The Kevin Eastman? Or is Peter? Yeah, Peter Laird and Kevin Eastman, original Ninja Turtle comic books. Are amongst my favorite comic books ever.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't know if I ever read the original run of Ninja Turtles. I don't know how much just Ninja Turtles I've read.
Did you like the Ninja Turtle live-action movies? I like the first one. First one was a lot like the comics, actually.
Mm.
Second one, not so much.
You mean it went downhill when they brought in Vanilla Ice?
Yeah, and started hitting people with yo-yos and salami.
Same thing. Just the same thing. I don't know what you're talking about. The original one...
They went from decapitating the Shredder in the comic books to hitting people with salami in the movies.
Oh, I don't understand. I don't understand the problem. I don't understand what your problem is. Everyone likes salami. Yeah, that first one is actually like shocking, a shockingly dark movie.
First one's like the comics. But less violent. That's the major difference.
That being said, the first one isn't perfect. The first one could use it could use some work.
Sean says...
Sean!
Subnautica is super fun, if possibly not for you. The constant threat of drowning if you stop to smell the water roses keeps things going.
The water roses.
Jonesy they don't says, good evening, Rich and Jack.
Hi.
Have either of you heard of a Switch/PC game, SteamWorld Dig 2? It is a Metroidvania Spelunky type game that has taken up a lot of my time. I think you would both enjoy. Didn't you play SteamWorld Dig?
I played SteamWorld Heist.
Okay. Is that related to Dig, or is it just a similar name?
I believe it's created by the same people, same universe kind of thing.
But very different game?
Very different genres. SteamWorld Dig, I remember we played Terraria.
Yeah.
Where I think SteamWorld Dig is like that, where you have to like dig and find resources to upgrade your stuff and create, a space so you can make better weapons, so you can dig more, so you can get more resources, so you can dig more, so you can make more things, so you can dig more.
Look, Chad, I'm sure it's a fine game, but I've got to spend my free time right now playing the shitty Dead Rising 3.
You have to.
I have to.
That's the thing.
Hell, 4 hours in, I'm already half done with it. Fucking may as well finish now. God, it's like the people who made 3 and 4 just hated the series.
Oh.
It is. It's just about beating up zombies. This is dumb fun. It's just dumb fun. Just run around beating up. No, the original games were a lot more than that. I know stupid people thought otherwise. Why do I get all this other stuff? I just want to run around hitting zombies. And you ruined the game for me, you jerks. You ruined the series.
Jerks. Okay.
How was TMNT 1 an indie movie? Because I think Eastman and Laird still had the rights. I think, didn't they have that made?
No, that might have been a major release. I mean, it was a major release.
I don't think it was.
Who,
Look it up.
Let's see who made it.
The first one specifically.
Of course. One moment, please. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. $1990. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Let's see.
Rich tells Jack to look it up even though he has a lap. You know what? You're absolutely right, and I feel bad. I wasn't even thinking.
you do have
I have a working laptop, and you're the one playing the game.
You have a laptop.
I wasn't even thinking.
Oh, that's great. Apparently, according to trivia, Robin Williams, who is a big fan of the franchise, provided Judith Hoag with information regarding her character through his comic book collection. The two were co-starring in Cadillac Man at the time. Come on. It's not giving me information easily to find on IMDb.
Okay. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
You know what? I don't care enough to actually look it up myself. I just don't care enough.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if indie movie is the right. Was it? I'm trying to think. It was New Line and Golden Harvest. New Line is indie-ish.
Haggard Blackguard says, "The xenomorph lacks vision. You feeble-minded, bipolar, weighted dunces." Callback, but a fancy callback. Anonymous.
Oh, yeah.
God.
Oh.
Anonymous says, OMG, no nominations for Wonder Woman, but trash like The Last Jedi gets 4. Sexist hashtag shut down the Oscars. That sounds like a fine conversation that I'm not going to have. Magical Trevor 37 says.
You know what? There's a small thing I would like to add
Yeah,
to it.
yeah.
You know, I liked Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
A lot. I don't know if anything was necessarily Oscar worthy.
Same's true for The Last Jedi. Not even special effects wise.
Oh, a lot of it's gorgeous.
The music?
You know what I think I don't know if it's nominated for it. I think it should get in cinematography.
It got nominated for its score, I heard. It's one of John Williams' worst. Which, you know, how fucking old is he?
Right.
But
did it get nominated for cinematography?
I heard like effects, something or other, and score is all I know.
Effects and score. Hold on. Clap. Nope. Baby Driver is gonna win for best editing. I called it ages ago. Effects and sound mixing. Oh, sound mixing. Yeah, they had good like sound design and mixing.
Yeah,
that's fine. So like it wasn't nominated for like best picture technical awards. Star Wars gets technical awards. That's what it gets.
Guardians 2 got nominated for effects. It deserves it over The Last Jedi. Just the visuals in that. Whatever.
All right, now we can move on.
Is a follow-up to Star Trek Beyond dead? Yeah, because Beyond made no money. The JJ verse is dead.
Yeah, unfortunately. Which is a shame because Beyond is a great movie. Beyond is a great Star Trek movie.
I'd stop short of saying like one of the greatest greats ever. But it's good.
Oh yeah,
it's really good. It's fun.
It's not one of the greatest ever, but it's great. That's a fun movie. That's a movie I could just turn on and watch at any time.
There might be 4 other Star Trek movies I'd put above it.
Oh, okay.
Wrath of Khan.
Yeah.
Undiscovered Country.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the motion picture. I know a lot of other people aren't.
As long as I'm here's depending on where I put the motion picture is, do you allow me to fast forward Kirk getting to the Enterprise? That 45-minute segment, the 45 minutes it takes Kirk to fly in the shuttle to the Enterprise, it's nothing but glory shots.
Yeah.
Can I fast forward that? Because if I can, it's a movie I enjoy much more.
And then maybe the voyage home. You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of a gimmick, but it's a fun gimmick. The voyage home. And then Beyond and maybe JJ Trek. And
I'd put Beyond even like above JJ Trek, definitely above Into Darkness.
Into Darkness is near the bottom.
Yeah.
Should I keep going? Because then maybe after Beyond and 09, then maybe Insurrection. It's been a while since I saw Star Trek 3, so I'll just throw that in there. I don't really remember.
Just because why not?
And what are you missing at that point? Question is, does 5 go below the rest of the next-gen movies?
5 is pretty bad. I don't know, like, if I could put, just in good conscience, put anything below the next-gen movies.
First Contact? I hate First Contact. I despise it. Let's take Star Trek and let's take these characters and just make a dumb action story. Let's ruin Picard. Let's ruin the Borg. There's nothing I like about First Contact. I put Nemesis above First Contact. 5 is hazy enough in my memory. I'm not sure where to put it. Star Trek 5, if it belongs on the bottom or not. But I can tell you the next gen movies. Insurrection way above the rest.
Okay.
Then Nemesis. And I'm not even sure if I put First Contact above Generations.
Yeah, like at that point, it's just a big old why bother.
Yeah.
Why bother? Why bother doing like ranking these in any?
You're wading through the shit at that point,
right? And so then you're just like, well, what shit smells slightly less bad? You know, it's not a game for me. What are you doing, game?
Magical Trevor 37 says, Jay and Art. Oh, Jack and Rich. A girl I went on a fun date with over the weekend decided to cut ties with me today over a dumb misunderstanding. Glad you're here to help cushion the blow. Thanks for the stream. Represent. Perspent? Perspent. I don't know what that means. At a glance, I thought it was represent, but it looks like perspent.
Let's just take represent. I'll take represent. You know, I'm sorry someone had a misunderstanding. Obviously, it was a big enough deal to...
Riot Crew says, hey, Rich and Jack. Have you ever watched Gene Roddenberry's Andromeda? It's corny as hell, but still better than Star Trek Discovery. Free on Amazon Prime. I've never seen it.
Neither have I. Neither have I. Nor have I cared to be honest with you. How about you? Not quite ready to let me leave that area yet. Alright. What do I need to do? What items did I get?
When is Rich going to play DR2? Sometime in the next week or two. I am way too fucking wiped out to do it today.
Favorite battery. Yeah, you know, there was some stuff going down today. There was some stuff, yo. How do I, Rich? This is the question. Where do I and how do I? Did he say he needed an ivory battery? Maybe.
Jack, did you see last night's Black Lightning?
I did. I did see last night's Black Lightning, and I enjoyed it. It's a so far so good. I'm actually the thing I'm just running out of patience with the most is his lightning powers.
Yeah.
Which kind of seem to be vague and undefined what they can do, and he's pulling the same trick a lot. So I want, you know, a little bit more explanation on that. But no, I dig the premise. He's kind of getting back into crime fighting after being out of it for so long.
What's his motivation to get back into it?
Okay, so he was a crime fighter.
Yes.
Back in the day.
Yes.
And, just beating up bad dudes. But then he got married.
Yes.
And he had a really bad run-in with, like, the main bad dude. And, ended up all shot full of holes. And his wife's like, you can't keep doing this. You either got to give up a life of crime or I'm out of here. Or a life of crime fighting.
Kind of like Spider-Girl. It's got a Peter Parker and Spider-Girl.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
He lost his leg. He stopped superheroing.
Well, you lose a leg.
Yeah.
That's a fair...
Well, Mr. Fantastic offered to build him a robotic replacement.
That would be awesome.
But, he's got a kid on the way. Oh. He's going to hang up the tights.
But also, could you still build me a robot leg? Like, I'll hang up the tights, but yes, I would love a robotic leg.
Then you got to explain to people where you got a robotic leg.
Well, make it look like a prosthetic leg. You're Mr. Fantastic. You can do that. Make it look like an ordinary prosthetic leg, but it works great. So in any case, so he gives it up and starts a family. And then we get into that interesting conversation of he becomes the principal at a local high school, and he wants to help people from within the system. Mm-hmm. I'm going to give him a great education. I'm going to become a pillar of the community, and I'm going to do more as me than as Black Lightning, to help the community. But it doesn't really work. Too many, you know why? Too many compromises. Too many laws in the way. The cops are helpless. And so it's not really working, right? And then he's finally pushed over the edge when the gang, the 100, as they're called in Black Lightning, they kidnap his daughters.
Dun, dun, dun.
And so he's got to don the suit again to get his girls back.
Why are they kidnapping his daughters?
There's a whole thing. One of his
He's like retired and not an issue.
Oh, yeah, no, it's not because it's Black Lightning's daughters. It's completely unreal. One of the younger one was like at a club and hooking up with some guy, and as it turns out, the guy was in the 100. But the guy owed another guy in the gang some money, and so he's like, let's take your girl, and we'll start her hooking. She'll give us some money.
Oh my God!
And she's like, well, I just met him, and they're like, you're gonna hook now, Biddy. And this
horrible.
is a CW show. So yeah, there's this whole thing having nothing to do with him being Black Lightning. His girls get involved, so he's got to don the suit just once to save his girls. But then it's just like, well, why did Black Lightning just save these two, and he's not saving anyone else? And he's like, what do you, as principal man, what are you talking about? We've done a really great job of cleaning up this community. Like, you're blind, man. They're everywhere. The gang's everywhere. So he's getting back into it. And it's a lot of fun. It's...
So the message of the show is you can't do any good as a principal to improve people's lives. You need to run around punching people. I just want to point this out. What they're actually saying.
I think the metaphor is more like sometimes you have to, you can't just say things are going to get better. You need to do something to make things better. I get that. They want people to be activists. They want people to...
This sounds like a show funded by policemen who have been accused of shooting unarmed black men. This...
Hold on for a second. Oh no, I'm hung. So yeah, it's I guess that's a little muddled, but no, it's fine. It's all fine. I need a map. Can I have the map? I'm a bad influence. Fuck you. Can I have the map? Yeah. Can I have a map? Oh. I'm just gonna sleep in your bed, don't worry.
Haggard Blackguard says, hey guys, do you think there is a case to be made that Picard had the easiest captaincy, stable relations, and competent first leads to a pretty cushy position? Who had it worse, Cisco or Archer? You're not even throwing Janeway on that list, huh?
Someone trapped in the fucking Delta Quadrant with a group of rebels as half of her crew.
I'm gonna say if Picard looked like he had it the easiest, maybe that's because he was the best captain. He fucking made it look easy.
Hey, dog.
You know those competent crew members that Picard had? Who do you think selected them to be on the crew?
And who do you think they learned from? Their fucking captain. Sometimes as a leader, it's your job to be calm under pressure, you know, to be the guiding light.
Yeah.
That shit was hard, though. He just kept his shit together. Thanks, Picard, for keeping your shit together.
So did Picard choose Barclay? There's a line about that where they said the other captain of the other ship he was highly recommended because they were just trying to get rid of Barclay. So yes, he did. And you know what? Picard made that situation work. Picard took Barclay and made him into a fine crew member. Picard is the best captain.
Picard is the best captain. Is the moral of the story.
The guy that the other ship couldn't handle and wanted to get rid of, Picard turned that situation around.
Mm-hmm.
Stop calling him Buckley. Give him something to do. Have some faith in him.
I don't know where to go.
Yes, broccoli. That's what they call him. Stop calling him broccoli. Cisco punches Q in the goddamn face. 10 of 10. Yeah, arguably really stupid, though, because what does Q care if Q gets punched in the face? Q was glad he was able to provoke Cisco into it.
Q won that situation.
He was amused at how easy it was.
Right? Right? And what did Picard ever do with Q? Oh, I don't know. Save humanity? If you remember? Oh, yeah, Cisco punched him in the face. Get it together, people.
Remember when Picard went nuts and shot all those Borgs with a Tommy gun? Yeah, I remember that. This is why the next gen movies don't count. Isn't Q's response something like, "You punched me? Picard never punched me." And then Cisco says, "I'm not Picard." You gotta remember Q's follow-up line is, "Yeah, Picard, I couldn't have goaded Picard that easily." Is the follow-up line, I believe.
Yeah, and what did he gain by punching Q? What did he win the day? Did he drive Q off? No. I'm sure it was some other shit. What do I have to do, and where do I have to go? These are the important questions, Rich.
Rich, what is your favorite Q episode? Q becoming human? Probably.
Q becoming human?
Yeah, remember when the Q Continuum sentenced him to be mortal?
Yes. Yes, I do remember that.
Wasn't there an older Q in TNG that decided to become mortal to commit suicide? I think that was Voyager.
That might have been Voyager. Voyager got weird though. Q kept wanting to marry Janeway. They had a kid together, or they didn't. That's another thing that Voyager ruined. Q.
Do we browse places like Reddit or 4chan to see how your content is received? Not really.
Like, I moderate the comments on the videos.
But you go to Reddit or 4chan to see what they're saying?
4chan, no. Ew.
Yeah. I've checked Reddit once in a blue moon.
Like, I go to Reddit. I'm on Reddit, but I never, like, skulk around the Red Letter Media subreddit.
Yeah.
Because that would be weird. But, like, I'm on Reddit in general. It's always weird when they cross over, like, if a Half in the Bag episode crosses over to like a different subreddit that I'm subscribed to, like just in the movies general subreddit. It's like, oh, hey. That's always nice.
I will look at the comments under the YouTube videos, and I'm usually horribly let down.
Oh, always. 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 It's the worst though when just someone doesn't get it or is being like, if someone's being like obviously antagonistical, like that's not fine. You're just a dickhead. But there are some people who just obviously don't get it. Like what I was talking, and I commented on their comments. Someone left a comment on one of our streams correcting me about how I said Stephen Moffat ruined Doctor Who.
Yeah,
I really think Stephen Moffat when he took over as showrunner for Doctor Who, fucking ruined it.
I thought a lot of people felt that way.
I think a lot of people do feel that way, but then the commenter tries to be clever. He goes like just and go, well, actually, it's so funny that you say Stephen Moffat ruined Doctor Who, but then also mentioned Blink as one of the best episodes, and that's an episode people should check out Doctor Who, written by Stephen Moffat. And it's like, well, yeah, he can have one good episode. And two, he wasn't the showrunner when he wrote Blink. He was just a writer. He's a fine writer. Don't give him the fucking show. But that whole like, well, actually, fuck those guys. Fuck all those guys. That's what I got to say about that. I'm utterly lost and hopeless. I have no idea what I'm doing or where I'm going or what I should do next. Oh. These people keep...
Taxes Prime says, Rich, did you get the Zatch t-shirt in the mail? Hope 2XL works for you. Also, what are some of the weirder things you guys have got in the mail? Did get the shirt. We have it now, thank you. Weirdest thing? I don't know, we got a box full of like little rubber hands that you're supposed to put in your fingertips, but they're full hands.
Yeah.
I got a Rosie O'Donnell Christmas ornaments. People send us whatever. I'm still waiting for a box that's just full of $100 bills.
That would be awful.
Oh yeah, worst thing they do.
Oh man,
Oh.
we would just go, oh, who senses that?
From DB Cooper. Oh, I'd take that in a heartbeat. I want DB Cooper's money. I want it. AJ Pimpsall says, "Hey Jack, don't know why they cut out the audio of "and whores" from your hilarious. The movie is about family and whores line on the latest Best of the Worst. Here's some cash to make up for that editing gaffe." What is this?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay.
I was fairly toasty during that Best of the Worst, so I don't really remember a lot of the discussion. I don't know what you're talking about. Obviously, when we were talking about one of the movies, Princess Warrior, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. I did get to drop the ball. By the way, something, now that the episode's out, we can talk. Yeah. I got to drop the ball.
I know.
On Plinkett. You know, but now they know. And here's what I need to tell everyone. From the top of the Plinketto board, it looks really cool. I mean, I guess I could have just gone up there and looked at the top, but I never had an excuse to go up there because I've never dropped the ball before. It has this, the neatest parallax effect going up there and just seeing all the pegs at the different distances. It's pretty darn neat, I'll tell you that. It was pretty darn neat. I was pretty happy. Okay, so now the family is getting into a fight.
I did like the payoff to that, by the way.
What?
You getting to drop the ball.
And then they just yell at me for the movie. Yeah, no, that was a fine joke. That was a fine joke. Though, to peel back the curtain a little bit, I did have a conversation with Jay and Mike beforehand.
Yeah.
Because, they said, you're going to drop the ball. And I said, I don't think we should. We have a running bit here. And I think, that should be the gag. And they're like, no, let's, we don't want to turn it into a thing. I was like, come on, let's just let that be the gag, that I don't drop the ball. And they're like, nah, never mind. And I was like, all right, still get to drop the ball, so I don't care. Oh shit! I just got busted for fixing a thing. It's also a religious government.
Okay.
And it's against the religion of him to fix things or to disobey him or whatever. So,
are they mechanist?
They're
That's a Thief 2 reference.
Oh.
Machinery is sacred. Steampunk machinery.
Oh, sure.
Splinter sect of the hammers. They're more just tools and architecture and generally building. The Mechanist is more so technology. That's their spin on the religion.
I like it. Come on. Happening.
I don't know. Things happening?
I don't know what's happening. I think we're going to be a new lady now.
You're a new lady.
I think so.
Because the old lady got arrested?
The old lady got arrested, but that's the wrench right there. Oh no, the old lady is sitting on the table. No, maybe I won't be the new lady. Or I'm sleeping on the bed over there.
Okay.
Alright, we're gonna do a daring escape. A lot of dialogue. I'm losing it. There we go. I'm losing it.
Platformer games with stories and cutscenes. What the fuck is the world coming to?
You know, a little bit of story at the beginning is fine, but yeah, this like...
You know, some during Ninja Gaiden pulled it off. But if it's excessive, I think you can blame Naughty Dog for this shit.
No, this to me looks like someone who like I wanted a deeper experience with Super Mario Brothers 3. I think there's a lot of indie developers out there like, we can have the best of both worlds, a deep story-driven experience and a goofy guy jumping on dinosaurs.
This game has a lot of dialogue. Just fucking play something else if you're gonna bitch about it. Or we can play this and bitch about it.
We do what we want. Yeah. Shit, we eat what we like. Wait, what? All right, I get it, I think.
Which Star Trek series would you say the Orville is most like? TNG. By like a mile.
Yep.
It's TNG with a dash of the original series. And jokes.
And jokes.
Out of place jokes.
Wait, I have someone else in my party now. How do I switch who I am?
I don't fucking know. Oh my god, look at her creepy doll eye in the top right.
Right?
What are you talking about? Good.
That is not a human being. Is the twist gonna be she's a robot? If I hate Seth MacFarlane, will I still hate the Orville?
Yes.
I think you might get over it.
I hate Seth MacFarlane.
And you hate the Orville?
I do.
Okay.
To be fair, I've only made it 3-4 episodes in, and then I gave up because I hate Seth MacFarlane.
Try some of the later ones.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
The first episode was kind of bad. Second one was only slightly better. And then I think they started improving after that.
Okay.
Yes, he's actually downright likable in the Krill episode. He has to go undercover as an alien.
Hmm.
Oh, you can only move when they're laughing?
Yeah.
Seems annoying.
It's a thing. It's a thing. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine is what it is. Everything's fine. Yeah, fully X. That's what all the jokes were. I'd like to have sex with that lady, if you know what I mean.
People have the dumbest reasons for not liking Seth. Other than, I mean, I often hear, I just don't like his face, or he acts smarter than he is, which is dumb. I think the problem is he comes off as being smug. Would you say?
Smug.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like I just don't like his face. You look at him, he almost has like, what do they call that, resting bitch face? Where he looks like he has an attitude, and then he starts talking, and he comes across as if he's better than everyone else. So it's not just like I don't like his face, but it's also just kind of I don't like his face.
He does act smarter than he is, though. Well, look, he had the good sense to not host Cosmos.
Right?
If he just appreciates smart people, I can't fault him for that. New Cosmos was still a smart piece of shit. How? How? How is the new Cosmos smug?
The Cosmos was great. It's just people talking about space and shit. Like, smug doesn't just mean that someone's, like, someone is smarter than you. Like, smug is someone looking down on you for not being as smart as them.
Yeah, Neil deGrasse Tyson is actually smarter than you.
Right, and he's you know, teaching you. Neil deGrasse Tyson is taking you on a little knowledge journey, my friend.
He is a man who loves knowledge and has knowledge.
Yeah.
That's just called being smart.
Right. He's not being a prick about it. He's like, I'm smarter than you, so I'm gonna teach you. Shit.
He says some pretty dumb shit on Twitter, though. You mean he says shit that offends you, and he doesn't care if it offends you?
No, he's kind of a dick sometimes. I'll be well, he's not a dick. He has a persona. The Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's got one of them personas.
I love him.
Oh, I agree. Shit, he's so high up.
Read Neil Tyson's tweet about the solar eclipse. He's an asshole. What did he say about the solar eclipse? I gotta look this up. Now I gotta look this up.
He says something, you know, he says some things on the Twitter that aren't necessarily that are dumb. He says stuff that's dumb on the Twitter.
A lunar eclipse flat earthers have never seen this?
That's funny.
That's just funny. That's really just funny. Flat earthers are stupid. You're allowed to ridicule stupid.
That's true.
Are you talking about the image he posted with the shadow that's just a line across the moon? That's great.
Oh, total solar eclipses occur somewhere on Earth every 2 years or so. Just calm yourself when people tell you they're rare. That's the quote they were talking about.
How's that make him an asshole?
I
In what
don't-
way does that make him an asshole?
Everyone's all excited. I think.
He's just pointing out something you might not realize.
Oh, well, but no, because he was like, "Don't get so excited."
Oh.
So I think you could take that in an asshole way. People were getting very excited about a solar eclipse crossing the United States, and
People get bent out of shape when you say you don't like Star Wars.
And he, well, what he was doing was deflating a lot of excitement. A lot of people were excited, and he was like, you know what he was doing, Rich? Well, actually, he was giving a well, actually.
All right.
I can be with you there. He was giving a well, actually, and we had just talked about how well, actuallys are kind of lame. So. Ooh, so, but you know what? I still enjoy his program, and I still enjoy him as a personality. So I'm not gonna take away like one slightly rude comment from the rest of the things that I like about him.
He's a professor. His job is literally well, actually.
There's a time and a place for well, actually. Rich. If I was in his class and he gave me a well, actually, that's fine.
Actually, he was the head of the planetarium. I don't know if he ever taught. He probably taught at some point, right? I don't know if he does now at all. I know primarily he's like the head of the which planet is what do they call it? The New York's planetarium.
I don't know, man. It was an unsolicited well, actually. That's right.
Hayden, that's right. He actually the shit out of Pluto.
What do you mean?
He kind of spearheaded that. Pluto's not a planet.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely fine with that. You know I'm down with Pluto not being a planet no more. Reclassification is all the rage in science. No, I'm trying to think of something else that he did on Twitter. It was another Twitter thing. Oh yeah, he said some like in incredibly like it was some incredibly dumb well actually about leap years or something, and it was, but again, none of that really matters because he's a smart dude and I enjoy his programs. I enjoyed him when he was doing his PBS Nova stuff. I enjoyed him when he was doing his other stuff. I really like shit, where did this conversation get started? What's the show he does? Seth MacFarlane.
Cosmos.
I enjoy his Cosmos. He's a good dude. He just says some rude things. But then, by the way, you know what you do, Rich? Here's a quick tip for anyone who doesn't like let's say you like Neil deGrasse Tyson but you don't like what he says on Twitter. You know what you do? You don't follow him on Twitter. And then you just don't have to hear it. It's great. It's the greatest. Okay. New place.
Oh, well, time to move on.
Hey, time to move on. You know something we were talking about earlier, Rich?
Yeah.
We were talking about people who cheat at PUBG.
Yeah.
And I came across some ways that people cheat at PUBG, and it really bothered me.
Okay.
Because
Were you trying to figure out how?
how do I get these cheats? How do I get them? I just want to win one fucking chicken dinner. No. It came so close. By the way, they recently changed some of the rules in PUBG. I got to fourth place, Rich, and it was just me, or it was me and 3 other people.
Yeah.
And I was fucking on it. I had killed 3 people. I had great positioning. I had great equipment.
Yeah.
And only 3 people left, and I was so on it. I was ready. I felt the win. And the blue circles getting smaller and smaller. And you know what I see a lot when I see highlight videos? I see people actually waiting outside the blue circle, taking a little bit of damage in hopes of catching someone as they run in. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that. Took a couple chugs of energy drink and some pills so I'd regenerate health. And then I waited outside the blue line. I'm like, all right, I'm going to find him. And I move in a little bit closer, and I'm trying to find him. And then all of a sudden, I die outside the blue ring.
Yeah.
Not to gunshots. The blue ring killed me.
Yeah.
But I was only out there for like 3 seconds.
Well, it gets pretty strong near the end.
I never knew that. And apparently, it's gotten stronger towards the end. It killed me so fucking fast. And so it was just one of those times where I was like, it was there, Rich. The chicken dinner.
Would you rather be playing PUBG right now?
No. No, I would not.
Okay.
You know why? Because there'd be cheaters out there. And what I was watching
I
was...
think I actually uninstalled it, though, so...
Oh. What I was watching was a common cheat right now, which is called PUBG ESP.
Yeah.
And what the idea is, it's a separate program that you run like on your iPad or a laptop or something that gives you the exact position of everyone.
I want to point something out, Jack.
What?
You are now letting everybody know about this.
That it's wrong. Yes.
Yes, you're letting them know that it exists.
And that it's wrong.
You think the people who are going to cheat care about that?
I think the people who are going to cheat already know about this and are already on to the next cheat that works even better.
When you told me about this, my thought was, and you haven't explained what it is yet, but
Yeah.
you will. My thought was, oh, that's clever. That'd be probably really easy to get away with. That was my thought.
Well, but
Explain what this is.
So it's called PUBG ESP, and what it is it's a separate program that runs on your iPad or your laptop, and it gives the exact location of everyone in your server playing.
Yeah.
And so what you do is, as you're going, you check your little mini map, and all you can see anyone within, anywhere around you. So you can check if a house is empty, and if you have time to loot without worrying about it. You can see a guy like hiding around a corner over there, so you can flank him without knowing. It just gives you everyone's position. And that has to be incredibly frustrating. That has to be incredibly frustrating, and I've had some of those moments where I've been playing the game. And it seems as if someone has just spotted me, and how could they have known where I was, right? That was my thing. It's like, how do you know where I am? I was hiding.
Mm-hmm.
So it's possible, they could have been using the cheat. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, shit. I don't know. But it's actually made me double, damn it. It's made me think about whether or not I want to play PUBG if there are cheats out there that are so easy to do.
See, what I find interesting about that one you're talking about is that's something you would have running on an iPad.
Right.
Like, how could they tie that to you?
Right?
It's like it's free.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's a worry-free cheat.
But there has to be a way for them to tell, who's running it. You would think, at least.
Someone on a tablet. How do they tie that to the person on the Steam on a different machine playing PUBG?
Right? That's the question, Rich. That's the question. That's the question. Fuck. So I was watching a video, and there are some people who are accusing streamers of using the ESP to just farm rank at this point. Bullshit. It's a bullshit, Rich. The people who use this shit. Damn it. I'm failing.
Such is life. We all fail in the end.
Yay! It's true.
Killer Pine 997 says, Rich, beautiful Star Wars fan rant last stream. Jack, I too love Blankman. I can't believe someone else remembered it. Did you have it on the farm?
We did. We did have it on the farm. And yeah, it was. I loved Blankman. All down with the Blankman. One of the few movies we had on the farm. I don't know why we had it.
I don't know.
But we had it.
Is this game any good?
So far it's all right. It ain't the worst. They're doing a very good job of varying up the levels and what powers you need to do. So it's like it's never just a platformer. It's also a kind of figure out what's going on in the world.
Maybe it's just the stage, but I do think this looks at least a little bit ugly, Jack.
You think it looks a little bit ugly?
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm not here to tell you it's the prettiest thing. It's not my place. Right? Fucking, right?
Can Jack recommend a better version of this game then? I've been looking for new games like this.
No, I think this is all right. Like this is a good version of this game. This is probably what you're looking for. This is pretty good. Obviously, like I just haven't been playing for that long, so I don't know the full depth of it, but I'm willing to say that this is a good game. I think. Oh, what the fuck? I'm not crazy invested in the story just because we're streaming and I haven't been paying attention to it, but that's fine.
Do you guys have any good supernatural stories? Oh, I think I could speak for you when I say I don't believe that either of us believes in the supernatural in any fashion, so no. Do you have any good stories about somebody you know who believed and the silly thing they thought?
Someone who believed the silly thing. I just don't know if I do. I'm trying to think. It's hard because anyone who tells me like their spooky ghost story, I just roll my eyes, and I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm that dickhead. I won't even entertain the idea without solid evidence, and for some reason, no one ever has any.
What about Mike's interesting ghost? There's no like story there. He's fond of the ghost shows. It's about the only story I got. Because there aren't real ghosts and there aren't any supernatural stories.
Damn. Cause ghosts don't exist, y'all.
There could have been, so I didn't say you were wrong for asking. I'm just saying there's not a story there. Why are pictures of the paranormal always freaking blurry? Do you have to ask that question?
They just want to hear you say it. They just want to hear you say it.
Is it something I gotta... Why isn't there clear, crisp evidence of the supernatural?
Oh, obviously, Rich. Obviously, because the presence of something paranormal distorts the digital inputs of the device. I mean, obviously.
It's weird that there's no concrete evidence of the afterlife.
So many people claim to experience it, and you'd think it would just be everywhere. Sorry, dude. Want that box? Want that box, yo?
The kid who visited heaven admitted to making it up. Yeah. The one they made a movie about?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. What was that called? What was the movie called?
I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the movie.
There was a book about it, and the book turned into a movie, and the kid, he died for 5 or whatever long, they resuscitated him, and he had this grand story about going to heaven.
Yep.
And then he in recent years came out and said, no, I was making it up. I was a kid who was making it up.
Right, because I was a kid.
Yeah.
And my parents...
Heaven is for real. That's what it was called.
Heaven is for real. And my parents found a way to take my story and make money off of it. My parents made so much money.
The kid's last name was Malarkey. No joke.
Nah.
Making up heaven seems like a good way to be sent straight to hell. Yeah, but making up hell was a great way to get people to donate to your collection plate.
Who was I just talking to about that? About, like the reason, the reason why there's no great, like atheistic community organization.
Yeah.
Which would, that'd be wonderful. Like, let's get together once a week and just,
They have that.
Huh?
They have that. I don't know if they have it around here, but these things exist.
Oh, but not in the way that churches do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. Like, they have community events and whatnot, but they don't have it in the way that churches do. They don't have the strength.
Actually, I don't think there's very many people who do it, but there is something that's like atheist church.
Sure,
And
sure.
It's not like they have any kind of ceremonies, but they go and do the church things. They you go and you hang out.
Right. You hang out once a week with
Yeah,
your neighbors
yeah.
and you do the thing. Right. Well, but even if that exists, it's not in the strength that the church is, right? And you know why that is? There's no common enemy. That's the churches have done a great job of uniting people against a common enemy.
Yeah.
Shit.
Their common enemy is religious people. I got nothing against people who are religious. I got something against it when like you want to make laws that are religious in nature that
Right.
force me to go along with something you believe in because it's something you believe in. Other than that, I don't care what people's beliefs are.
Right. God damn it.
Stop it. If you're not trying to pass a law that says I have to eat fish on Friday,
Right.
I'm cool with you.
Oh. I get it.
What qualifies as religious nature? Same-sex people shouldn't be able to get married because my books say so.
Boom.
That qualifies.
That's the law right there. That's where that is where there's the law.
Yeah.
Yep. Boom.
My ancient book.
My ancient book. Cutscene count 4. Yeah, we're a little story heavy. We're a little story heavy.
There's places in this world where if you don't believe what the common religion is,
Yeah.
you can be put to death. There's Muslim countries where what is it, apostasy? If you fall out of the Muslim faith, you can be put to death.
Sure.
It's a thing.
Yeah. Someone was describing to me recently their friend who has recently left the Mormon church. And the amount of shit you have to go through to officially leave the church, or else they will never let you go financially or otherwise. Like, they have ties into you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just crazy. It's just so crazy. Yeah. Alright, come on. Come on.
Yeah, I've nothing against people who have a religion, but I do not like the idea of a theocracy.
You know, it's fine to here's the problem. Ready?
Yeah.
If you want to get into some deep shit. And I've had this conversation with religious people I know, and a lot of them they take that point of view where it's just like, hey, if I'm not hurting you, what's the problem? And I say here's what the real problem is. Faith in and of itself is a problem, because when you're dealing with faith, you're dealing with say believing there is a God, having no proof. That's faith. And that's a tenement of religious beliefs. Like if God just showed himself, no one would have faith, and that wouldn't count. That's what a lot of people think. And so faith itself, I think, is harmful because it trusts you, or it trains you to trust your feelings over facts. I feel God, and that ripples down to shit that I care about. I don't feel like there's any sort of climate change, so there probably isn't. I don't feel like this, that this law is appropriate. I don't, like people start trusting their feelings over what the numbers tell them. And that's where I think faith in and of itself can have a problem. Unfortunately. Don't preach to me, motherfucker. Play the game. Well, hey, guess what, Blastshot? The game's kind of boring me. So you get preaching for now.
You can change the game.
It's fine. We're talking shit. Sometimes we talk about shit. And I guess
We're only an hour and 40 minutes in.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it feels like I've been playing this for 5 hours.
You may want to change the game.
Oh my god. I guess at the 2-hour mark I'll change the game. I feel like I've been
Why do you have to wait until the 2-hour mark?
a nice clean cut.
I'm gonna get a clean cut right now. Just change the game. It'll be fine.
I'm gonna figure out how to get that box. What? Shoot a missile? That's awesome.
So your review of this game is mediocre?
Mediocre. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I like the world. I like the idea, but I don't know. It's a game that I might get in. I might be able to get into outside of a stream, but inside definitely not. So mediocre. Also, there is a box on the ceiling, and I want it.
Well, I'm sorry, you can't have it.
Don't you think I know that?
Can you bring that box outside with you?
I cannot. I cannot, and I tried that. I can't take the crate outside. See? See?
Mm-hmm. You uninstalled PUBG, Rich. I think I did. I think I was trying to make space. And I thought we're probably not going to play PUBG again for a while. Seems like Jack's gotten it out of his system.
I did, mostly, but not really. But we'll see.
Do you want to play that?
No, well, if it's not installed, then no. But yeah, it's not installed.
You can click on it and just see how long it's going to take. I know it's going to be forever.
It's gonna be.
I know it's going to be forever. I'm curious, aren't you?
No, we're just gonna no.
Okay. Okay.
We click on that and it turns into another one of those streams where we just wait for something to install. And that's no fun for anybody. Alright. Where am I going? What am I doing? Where am I going? What am I doing? Great. Alright. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll find something else to play. Or we won't. Everything will be fine. I'd love a map.
Do we still have Left 4 Dead installed?
Maybe.
You can play Left 4 Dead with chat. I don't think... Is there split screen? Probably not.
In Left 4 Dead?
Yeah.
I don't think so. It's fine. Everything's fine. This is going to happen every once in a while where we're just going to play a game that we're not terribly into. Son of a bitch plant! Thank you.
So you're gonna stick with this, is what you're saying.
We're gonna stick it out for a little bit longer.
All right.
We're gonna see.
All right.
I'm gonna see if I can find it, Rich. If I can find the love of this game.
I don't see that happening at this point, Jack. I don't see that happening.
I have upgraded my thing. So I can now get into these parts of the areas. So, you know, we're Metroiding it a bit, so that's nice. So that's nice. Technium. I've procured Technium. You know, I get like the basic gameplay of something like this, like a cutesy 2D Metroid. I had the same problem with Owlboy, and I had the same problem with Hollow Knight.
Uh-huh.
Where it's just, it doesn't offer me anything new. Like, I think it's great that, you know, whoever made this just grew up loving, you know, Gunstar Heroes and Metroid and these kind of 2D games. So I'm making my own. And it's, although something bothers me, a lot of these 2D games, they've decided that whenever characters are standing still, they need to breathe with their entire body. Mm-hmm. And I think it's really annoying. Like, look at her go. Right?
She's exhausted.
She's exhausted. She's exhausted. And so I think that's great. It's like, I wanted to make my own game. The only issue is it's not necessarily giving me anything here. It's not giving me anything I want.
What do you want, Jack?
Something new. Something challenging.
Then why did you play a 2D side-scrolling Metroidvania shooter?
Because I was looking for something new. I was looking for the... I was looking... I see where Rich is going with this. Rich, I was looking for the twist. I was looking for the twist that they were going to put on it.
Okay.
I wanted to see what twist they would put on it to make it something new. I understand that just by saying I was looking for something new in a wrapping of something not new, that's funny. I get that. But I thought there would be a twist. I thought they would put a twist on this to be like, oh, well, it's like those things, but like, you know what? Like with Sultan Sanctuary, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like Dark Souls, but it's a 2D side scroller. All right, I'm down. Right?
Is that significantly different from Dead Cells? We enjoyed Dead Cells. I did.
I enjoyed Dead Cells. I'm waiting for it to be done now. Yeah, Dead Cells has the roguelike elements to it, where it's new maps all the time.
Last roguelike elements isn't new at this point.
No, but it's a good packaging of the roguelike elements we've seen before. Tight gameplay controls. Do I have a map? I do. I've played Fortnite. I think Fortnite's all right.
Did you want to try and download it?
No, because we went through that last time. It's going to take these, it's going to take us for fucking ever. I played Fortnite before. You know what? I just didn't like it. I didn't like it as much as I liked PUBG. So, wasn't my thing.
Forever could be while you're playing this. Like right now, we could be doing that.
Doing what?
Downloading Fortnite.
Sure.
That's the thing that could be happening.
I don't think we'll get it in 2 hours.
Okay.
Is what I'm saying. Gosh dang it.
Can anyone remember the name of that skydiving wingsuit game they played a few months back? The Superflight?
Superfly.
Superflight.
That was fun. That was, you know what that was, Rich? That was new and interesting. Superflight. I saw a game recently. It's not. It's still like in kind of early development. That is a. It's a procedurally generated mountain biking game. Where you, it's like Superflight, but you have, you got a mountain bike and it's like a new path all the time.
Yeah,
You do little
yeah.
tricks and you got a mountain bike down a mountain. And it's like, oh, that looks neat too. That looks like a neat little one-off, little Zen experience. Ooh, movement. Can I get that? I can.
Anonymous says, to touch on religion, the one part I actively dislike are all of the practices that were clearly done for practical or authoritarian reasons and are only done today just because my religion says so. Authoritarian reasons.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's the whole point, man. Gotta keep you in line. Gotta keep you in line, man. That's the jib. There we go. That's the jib, man. And they can keep changing their story, all they want. There'll be no changing of their minds. A strongly religious person. Ever. And that's something it's hard to accept.
Alright. Total Lamer says,
Total lamer.
Andromeda worth a watch for the drama alone. Creative was totally replaced season 2-ish to reformat into Hercules in space. Co-creator later released intended plot arc. Okay.
So is Hercules in space a bad thing?
Hercules stars in it.
Kevin Sorbo?
Yeah.
Oh.
Rewind Shock says, hey guys,
Hi.
thoughts on how big of a disaster the Solo movie will be? No. Are they not spending ad bucks to save money for the eventual bomb? Also, have you heard of They Are Billions? Zombie steampunk real-time strategy.
Real-time strategy is the part of that sentence.
That I probably wouldn't
Right.
care for that much.
That's the part.
Dr. Move It Up says, Jack,
I'm Jack.
yay, you dropped the ball.
I did.
Rich, did you die in an earlier episode I missed or forgotten about, or was that just a bit for that episode? That bit was I had family obligations that day and was not able to make a chunk of the viewing.
And I, Jay asked me if I was free that day. And
Yeah.
oh, yeah, no problem. And I get there, and I see Josh, and I was like, that's weird. Why is Josh here? You know, because like usually like they'll only ask me to come if Josh isn't coming, or you know, like we'll swap off. I was like, that's funny, and then no Rich showed up, and I was like, are we doing a Richless episode? Have we ever done a Richless episode? And everyone's, you know, like, oh yeah, it's happened for us.
Not completely.
Yeah,
They're actually wrong. There's never been an episode where I haven't at least been in the viewing. There's been a number of them where I'm not in the discussion, but where I'm like not there at all. It's never happened.
Has there been a number where you're not in the discussion even?
Oh yeah, there's been a few, more than a few.
Really?
Yeah.
Which ones?
Well, the first two.
The first two?
The first two.
No, you're in the second one because I'm in the second one with you. I don't know if you were in the first one. No, and you were in the first one.
It could be the first and third. There's two early on I wasn't in.
You have to be in the first one because I wasn't there. I don't know.
I wasn't in the discussion for the first one. I don't think I was in the discussion for the second one. It might have been the third.
Interesting.
And there's been a few others.
Okay.
One of the Jim and Colin episodes.
Oh, I suppose.
The Jillian episode.
That's right, because you were coming in giving us the breaking news reports, of course.
And there's another one not too far in the past that was you and Josh were in it, and I wasn't. A few months ago, 4 months ago.
Really?
Yeah.
I get, you know, in my head, you're in every episode, I guess. Yeah, I know how guns work. Oh. These guys would be terrible at RLM trivia. I absolutely would be. I don't remember anything we do after we're done doing it. That's why I like the episode so much. The best of the worst episodes. I forget everything we talk about. Mm-hmm. So when I watch a best of the worst episode that I'm in, it's all new. It's all fresh. Jack, because I don't get drunk in every episode. Usually it works like this. If it's an episode we shot on a weekday, I'm stone sober, not a one drink in me. If it's on a Saturday, there's no guarantees. In fact, if it's on a Saturday, those are, you know, that's my big drinking day. And they know that, so I think sometimes they intentionally schedule it on a Saturday. And they're like, Jack, come on, we're shooting on the Saturday. Just come on.
Which one was the invasion of the fish fuckers? I don't think I was in that discussion either. There's a number of them.
The invasion of the fish fuckers. Oh yeah, with the porno. Ron Jeremy's in it.
Yeah.
What was that movie? That was Boobs. Boobs.
Yeah, there's a spreadsheet.
There's a spreadsheet. Yes. You guys are on it.
I'm not in the first or third.
Oh, okay.
I'm not in the...
Psycho from Texas.
Yeah.
That's Jillian.
Wait, is that right? No, that can't be right.
What?
And there's only two of us in that. Oh, because Jim and Colin were in that one. I'm not in the American Flatulators Osteoporosis Dance episode. The Halloween one with Bloodlock.
Oh, yeah. Neither of us were in that one.
The Wheel of the Worst, where we did everything on the wheel. I'm not in that discussion. Then Kathy's Curse. And that's the one I'm thinking about that was recent. It was you and Josh.
Oh, you weren't in the Kathy's Curse episode.
Yeah, and now the Princess Warrior.
Well, there you go.
So a handful.
Okay.
Oh, that's a nice looking boss.
I'd love to know how to beat it.
You don't always get everything you want to check.
Yeah.
Magical Trevor 37 says, Jack and Rich, have you ever played any of the Tony Hawk games? Pro Skater 4 and Underground are particularly awesome. Cornerstone of my childhood. It'd be dope to see you two mess around. Thanks. I have literally zero experience in any of the Tony Hawk games.
Then you, my friend, are missing out.
Yeah?
Some of the greatest memories with the PlayStation 1 was with Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Okay.
I think it's a fantastic. Oh, I died. I think it's a fantastic game that because there were so many Tony Hawk games has almost been forgotten. But I can't tell you the joy you get just, getting the right combination, grind, flip kick, do the ollie thing, do the back flip, and to an awesome soundtrack. It was the greatest.
Okay.
I loved Tony Hawk games. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Get a clock jack.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Are you switching games?
I got a nice boss thing going on.
Okay.
Going on here. We'll take a minute. We'll take a minute.
Are you into SSX Tricky then? I haven't played any skateboard games.
SSX Tricky is a snowboarding game, and yes. Actually, I think SSX Tricky might have been my very first experience on a PlayStation 2. Or if that was, I don't know if that was a later SSX Tricky game. Oh, sorry, come here. Come closer. That might have been a later SSX game on the PlayStation 2. And I remember that was the first game where I realized the graphical power of the PlayStation 2 versus the Nintendo 64, which I know probably sounds super lame. That SSX Tricky was oh my god graphics, but it was at the time.
Doesn't look like you're doing that good.
Well, I'm doing better than I did last time. So.
Is he gaining health? Oh, okay. Went from blue to yellow.
Yeah. But I could play Tony Hawk games on stream. In fact, I would love to play a Tony Hawk game on stream, but we would have to mute all the music because all of it is just copywritten to shit. But I'd love to play Tony Hawk games. I love Tony Hawk games. Some of the most classic, by the way,
I wonder if you could find some kind of hack with an alternate soundtrack for streamers.
Oh, well, and I haven't played one. Maybe they have new ones where they have royalty-free music or whatever, or music that artists are okay sharing. That was back in the day when everyone was taking on role-playing mechanics into their game.
Yeah.
And so the Tony Hawk, the story mode of the Tony Hawk games was always the greatest because you'd have to do tricks to impress your local skate shop. And then they would sponsor you so you could get better gear, so you could get into the tournament, so you could do tricks to impress a local sponsor, like Adidas shoes or whatever.
I'm trying to imagine a modern day Tony Hawk game.
So it was just almost no skating.
There's a lot of walking around, talking to people in the house, and it's got that off-center third person over the shoulder like Arkham Knight.
Branching dialogue options.
And then when you skate, all the tricks are just automatic. Once you drive over to the spot on the rail where the trick is supposed to happen.
Mm-hmm. Just press the X button.
That's more accessible.
Ay, ay, ay.
Procedurally generated skate parks in a modern AAA game?
Oh.
They wouldn't have anything randomly generated because then they can't sell you more maps.
What do you mean? We're going to give them new maps for free? What is this, communist China?
The base game only has 2 skate parks. It's all quick time limits. Yeah.
Yeah, it probably would be. That's exactly what a modern Tony Hawk would be. It would be a darn shame, I tell you what. A fine series of games.
Actually, a modern Tony Hawk game would all be about battling, crippling arthritis. How old is he?
It's probably pretty old
Yeah.
by this point. Like,
Tony Hawk needs his medicine.
making decisions on where to send his kids to college. Right.
He needs his medicine, so he's got to go back into the skateboarding game one more time. Tony Hawk actually looks okay for... it's not shocking if it looks good for his age. He was an athlete.
Right. And you know what? He always did kind of look like a middle-aged man. So now that he is a middle-aged man,
Yeah.
But that's a great idea. I'll see what Tony Hawk games I can find.
Oh God.
Like on the PC.
Skateboard loot crates.
All the same skateboards, but if you want your Uncharted skin, you gotta get it on the loot crate. Only 13 Tony coins to unlock a loot crate.
About 10 hours worth of grinding to unlock one skateboard if you don't pay for the Tony loot.
But by the way, in a shocking play on words, it's literal grinding, like
Yeah.
rail grinding. So they do it in the Tony Hawk games. They rail grind. Yes. You're welcome, everyone. You're welcome.
What a horrible world gaming has become.
I'm not saying I want to. I'm just saying. Actually, I'm just curious. I'm not saying I want to switch. I mean, I do want to switch, but I'm not saying I want to switch here. What skateboard games do they have?
Why don't you look up Tony Hawk specifically and see if anything comes up? And if they don't have it here, search GOG.
That's a good idea. The games under skateboard that they have on Steam don't look super promising.
Well, you're seeing a thumbnail advertising image. You didn't really. I don't think you can really tell. Try GOG.
I can. You know what? I can tell by the thumbnail image. You know if a game's going to be good by the thumbnail image. Absolutely.
Is Tony Hawk replacing Diddy Kong Racing? What's the update, Jack?
It's on its way. I found myself a bright ass green Nintendo 64.
One that Mike has not thrown around.
Mike has not thrown it around. It has the expansion pack if we need the expansion pack. It has a guarantee play policy or my money back. So I'm very excited about that. Tony Hawk. All right.
No results.
Okay.
Okay.
Hold on. Skateboard I'm just searching for any game with a skateboard in it.
SSX Tricky?
That's not a skateboard game.
Is it?
No,
I don't. They're all extreme sports to me.
They're all extreme sports. Tony Hawk. Skateboard simulator. They don't even have any skate. They don't even have any like skate. I just looked up skate on GOG. No skate. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, we need to change the game because everybody sure is bored.
Oh shit! Looking like I'm skating. On a roll? What is that? This looks like a...
Almost just not having a choice, you know.
Jet Set Radio? I don't believe Jet Set Radio is on the Steam.
It is on the Steam.
Is it? Jet Set Radio?
It's a part of myself.
Oh, I just saw it.
Is it?
Right here.
Oh, neat.
$8. Where's all the...
I don't know if that's what you're looking for right now, but that's
no,
neat.
I want a skateboarder. I want a skateboard video game, and I don't. Where's the Tony Hawk fan game? You know.
Right.
Where's the game that's like Tony Hawk? This looks interesting. On a roll. Look at this.
Just not having
You want to play it? I don't give a fuck. Do you want to play?
in a really beautiful way.
This is rollerblading. This ain't no skateboarding.
I am, and it's a part of myself that has
That's all the same shit.
It was less grinding with the rollerblades. Look at this. Actually, it kind of looks pretty cool.
kind of just like one of the ultimate things, you know, to have like yourself.
Jack, it's called Thug Pro. It's a mod for Tony Hawk Underground 2 on PC. Well, we would need to have a copy of Tony Hawk Underground 2 on PC.
And Tony Hawk isn't on...
Someone's saying Ollie Ollie is the Tony Hawk wannabe.
I thought this was a 2D game. Ollie Ollie.
Was it Ollie Ollie 2?
Ollie Ollie is a 2D game.
Okay. Yeah,
That ain't no Tony Hawk.
That's no Tony Hawk.
You don't know what you don't about. Do we have to go to the Windows store? Is this what we have to do?
The Windows Store? No, you're not going to find shit there. But misery and broken dreams.
Hold on.
Ollie Ollie is definitely Tony Hawk. Maybe Ollie Ollie 2 is just completely different and something they did on a lark.
Ollie. Okay, no.
Look up Ollie Ollie 1.
Here's what I'm gonna guess. Yeah, it's the same. Look.
All right.
No, Ollie Ollie is the Tony Hawk of 2D games. It's not the same, yo. That is not the same. No, on PC.
Look for Skate on Origin. Oh, we're not downloading Origin.
Origin.
That's EA's Steam.
Oh yeah. Oh.
That reaction, Jack.
Oh, Origin.
That's a perfect reaction.
Right.
Amazon.com Tony Hawk Pro Skater download.
It's on PC. But
Buy digital $10 on Amazon.
that's where I am, I think. It's Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2.
That's the one.
I don't know. You know what? I just don't know. I just don't know, Rich. All I know is I want it. Whatever it is, I want it. Platform, PC.
2, 3. This is which one, Jack? Which one?
Is it right? I'll look into this. This is not anything we should be dealing with now, even though we've been dealing with it now for a little bit.
Okay. So clean break. Are you quitting this and starting something else?
Maybe.
At this point, they'd probably rather watch you play Getting Over It.
Right? Just me beating my head against the wall.
Yeah.
Let me just get this guy to his thing here. And
Okay.
then I'll clean break it. This guy's on a mission. I'll help him out, I guess. Maybe there's another boss fight. I don't know. I don't necessarily care. Stop it. Get help.
Finish human fall flat. I don't know that I have the brain power to do it. It's been a day.
And they'll understand what kind of day it's been one of these days.
Yeah.
They might. Oh, this is just more story shit. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it all. Skip it all. Fuck it all. Skip it all. Fuck it all. Quit playing. You see how adorable that is?
Yeah.
Instead of saying yes or no, it's shaking her head no, nodding her head yes. That's kind of adorable. Quit. Stop it. Stop it. Alright. Let's find another game to play.